Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. My name is Jason, and on this channel we talk all about investing in the stock market. Now, one thing I want to make you aware of is that all investors should have a healthy shopping list to go shopping with once they know there is a correction or a pullback in the markets for any of their favorite stocks or any recent crashes. I'm going to be talking in this video specifically about the Beyond Meat stock. Of course, if you don't know what Beyond Meat is, they are a company in America and they establish plant-based meat products. So that is what they are specializing in. They are the leader in the American market right now for plant-based and vegan foods. Recently, since November, we did see a massive pullback of the share price at about 40% discount from $200 all the way down to $125 after they did not meet their revenue target, which was set out for $134 million, and they actually only achieved 94, which of course analysts were not happy about, but they downgraded the stock. And now they had a new price prediction of around $120 to $125. So we have seen a lot of volatility recently in the share price, so it's no wonder the share price has jumped back down so dramatically. But I want to be talking today whether I think it's a good buy personally to dip your toes into the Beyond Meat sector right now, and where I do see the share price going in the future. So guys, if you look at how innovative this company is, they are disrupting a $1.4 trillion market cap, which is the global meat industry. Now, if you take that just alone in America, it's only $270 billion. Now, of course, that is a huge, diverse opportunity that this company has to push, and considering that their market share right now is only around 7 to 8 billion, they have a long way to grow in the future if they are going to disrupt this market. That is why I'm so bullish on this stock moving forward, because I do see that this company could easily 2, 3, 4, even 5x in the coming years ahead. So guys, I just wanted to let you know that I do personally own Beyond Meat. I am a shareholder. It is one of the 4th largest holdings inside my portfolio at current. I do love this exposure that it is giving me to a different classification in the market, and I do think that over time this company is going to see an exponential growth moving forward, as it is one of the leaders in the food sector of the veganism. Now, I do think that Beyond Meat is a very good company. They are clearly a winner in plant-based meat foods, and in America they are currently dominating that part of the market. They do have a contract set out later this year with the plant burger, which is yet to be confirmed, and of course there was rumors that this was going to be called the Beyond Burger at McDonald's, but they had changed the name, and that was also why we did see such a volatility on the share price moving downwards. Now, I do think that Beyond Meat is creating somewhat of a bottom here. We do have a lot of resistance around the $115 to the $125 area. If we do see that this support is broken, we can potentially see a retracement all the way back to $100, but I do think that somewhere around this range will be the bottom, and from there we are likely to see this stock move up into the future, and we can start to retest those highs maybe next year. And of course, because of the Rona, we have seen a fallback in the share price because a lot of restaurants are restricted to be open right now with lockdowns across the world, especially in certain states in America and also in England. That is why we have seen such a dramatic tumble in the share price. So you have to ask yourself, what is affecting the fundamentals of this company? Are they doing anything bad? No, they're actually ramping up their food production in-house in stores such as Walmart and things like this. But of course, temporarily, because a lot of restaurants are closed, they're not getting those pre-orders in, which they used to have, and that is why their business is suffering. Now, is this a long-term issue? That is what you have to ask yourself. I believe personally that this is not a long-term issue. This is just a short-term, temporary glitch in the stock for the next coming 6 to 12 months until this vaccine rolls out among us. So let's just dive in quickly to some of their financials and have a look at what this is about and where I see it going in the coming 5 to 10 years. So when you actually look at the graph, we can actually see that the retail sales for Beyond Meat is actually booming, versus obviously those food restaurants, that is where they're hurting. So it's no wonder that Beyond Meat are hurting in their share price right now, and it is again just because of this global issue where we are facing a huge shutdown and lockdowns across the globe, and that is why I do think that this is only a temporary glitch in the share price until everything goes back to a more normal standpoint where we were before last year. Now, I do think once that does happen and all the restaurants open back up, we are going to see a huge shift in the share price back up to retest those highs once again, and I do think moving forward this is a $1 trillion market. Now, Beyond Meat actually only have just under $8 billion shy in this market share right now, and because they are the leader, I do see this share price only increasing over time. Of course, veganism is such a big part of people's lives these days, and I only ever see more friends and more family of mine mention to me, you know, I wanted to try some vegan foods this week. Jason, what do you recommend? I did used to be vegan, so I do have a lot of suggestions there. And you know, it is such an upcoming market trend to become vegan or try veganism food, and I think this is why we're only going to see an exponential growth in this share price moving forward. It is set, obviously, they are going to be expanding globally into China and to other markets this year. So once we do see that expansion, again, we can start to see that ramp up of production long term for this share price to increase. And of course, once they are set in China, you can only imagine the size of this market cap. It can almost triple in size because, of course, China does have the largest economy in the world. Apologies for my phone going off. I'm just going to turn it on mute. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting time for Beyond Meat going forward. And of course, I do want to mention that their CEO, Ethan Brown, is an absolute legend. I have watched many YouTube videos of Ethan Brown. He has got a lot of prospects for the company. He's really trying to grow this company forward, and we can really start to see and understand why they are so successful. You always have to look for the fundamentals in a business, and you have to understand that if they do have a good CEO or a bad CEO, that is why the company is growing or it's acting negatively towards their share price. Now, in this case, Beyond Meat isn't particularly having a negative fallback because of Ethan Brown. It is again because of the Roni Rona. I do believe this is temporarily short term, but moving forward, they are under really good hands, and I think that's why we are going to see this share price temporarily only be between about $100 range all the way up to $125, and then we can start to see that expand all the way back up to $150 plus. And in the coming year, I do expect to 2 to 3x my money in the coming 12 to 24 months moving forward. And so guys, if this share price does continue to fall down, what I will do is I will dollar cost average in. I'll be adding more shares in every single month until I get a nice dollar cost average where I'm maxed out on my full position, where I want it to sit inside my portfolio. And that way I bring my dollar cost average down, which then increases my chance of profits in the future once this stock does start to sail back up. So I do believe that having a food-based company in your portfolio is very important, because again, it just really opens you up to another diverse sector of the stock market. There's no good just putting all your money in the EV plays or the technology sector or the financial sector. It is always really important to diversify your portfolio so that you are well expanded, and that way you can counterbalance your risks as much as possible. And I think having a company like this, which is also in restaurants and of course in food and consumer, then I do think that you are going to be much more diversified, and I think that is a very sensible thing to think of when you are starting your portfolio. So this is definitely a pick to consider, one to put inside your portfolio. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the video today and you learned something new about Beyond Meat. Will you be adding Beyond Meat into your portfolio in 2021? That is the question I would love to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments down below. And if you would like a free share up to £100, then do check out my link down below to Trading 212, which is the brokerage that I use. Until then, don't forget to smash that like button. I will see you next time. Take care. Don't forget to get your healthy shopping list for your stocks, not muzzles. We're gonna smash 2021.